system. So yes, everybody should be drinking a beer.
6 a.m.'s a little rough.
Are you a Sizzle or a different name here?
Yeah, I'm Sizzle.
All right, we got Sizzle John. So Sizzle, light on us. What's your experience?
Yeah, it's just what happened recently. So I was trying to mint this NFT project called OnChainMonkey. It is also, I think they have a new collection. It's called Cohosts. I noticed that because I saw their URL link on Squares. They're one of the customers. So I follow them and be interested in them. And I noticed from their Twitter, I noticed they're having a minting event. And the founders, they seems cool. And the purpose of this NFT, it looks like they're trying to do some social NFT, and they're using the fund to do some like a giving back charity initiative. And also the avatar looks cool, like a cool design cartoon. So I joined the meeting and I connected my MetaMask. Everything goes smooth. I think I minted successfully. It needs like 12 hours or 48 hours till they review what exactly avatar that I got. So I joined their Discord community, and there, as soon as I joined the Discord, I think some account reached out to me, and it looks like a official OnChainMonkey account, and they're saying, it was selected by the founder to do a special mint or something, and I click into the hyperlink, I would be able to do it. So the reason I do know, like sometimes there's scam. That one, because the scammer did it pretty well, because they talked to me, added me as soon as I joined the Discord, right? So I wasn't even sure I was able, because I have to pass some security check or like a non-robot check in order to join the Discord. So that's when they reach out to me. And also they're talking to me in the tone of the founder. One of the co-founders is also a female. I thought, okay, they're trying to empower female or something. So I just believe into it, and I click into the link. It took me to a website that looks like a minting page. But I was also being conscious at the last step. So when the MetaMask has a warning sentence saying, are you sure this could be a risky action or something? Oh, thank God MetaMask is like warning me, right? So I got more conscious. I didn't click to prove my transaction on the MetaMask. So I thought this is, thank you MetaMask, because like if not then for the warning, I probably will be like connect my wallet, and also I don't know how much Ethereum lost. So I thought it was fine, right? Because at the last step, I rejected it after I seen the warning. But then after a couple of days, so I checked what avatar, what the karma cartoon did I get, and then I noticed I don't have any. Like, why did it looks like the main was going through? So I was trying, and then I played around the OpenSea, and then I found they have a activity log. So I was able to see my NFT activities and all my transactions. So I saw I was minted successfully after 30 minutes. So there I was I transferred my NFT to some random stranger address, like a wallet address. I didn't know. So I was I don't think I transferred my NFT to someone. I bought it. I want it. But I think that it's a scammer. Somehow the scammer was able to do something that will tell me, because he traced it on the Ether scan. What they did is it's called a set to approve all, which is that code allows the person to transfer whatever the specific NFT collection that I minted. In this instance, it's OnChainMonkey to that wallet address whenever with how many NFTs I have. And thank God will help me. We was able to disable that approval for all function. I still lost my NFT, which is not a tremendous amount. It's just it's a half an Ether, but still it's I learned the feel. It's NFT is still it can be risky. There's still a lot of some scams, so just be careful.
So at some point in this story, story, you did click accept on something called setApprovalForAll. Where did that come into the story?
Oh, yeah. So, to be honest, I didn't know because I think it was that word was specifically there because if I saw that word, I mean, I can read. So for example, like the MetaMask sent me the showing warning sign so that I know I didn't approve the transaction. But somehow they did that. The scammer was able to probably embed it on the minting page or something. I was clicking into minting or like connect my wallet to the scamming website. So that's probably how they did it. I don't know exactly how they did it.
Okay. I'm trying to find, I thought I sent a tweet to somebody who was connected to this.
Yeah, I check it. I don't think he get back to you. And also, I did send email to OpenSea and letting them know I got scammed. And they said the only thing they can do is like they just mark the NFT could be a saved NFT, so they just disapprove it for listing on the OpenSea. So nobody can list the NFT for sale on OpenSea. But I really don't see, they specifically asked me set approval for all that were showing because if it's really showing specifically, I wouldn't like click into it. I only know there's a button called like a minting.
MetaMask has to get better. I know you saw something that was dangerous on MetaMask. The set approval for all, that is the dangerous thing. And even more dangerous than that is going to be stuff with OpenSea. Because of this new smart contract called Seaport, there's going to be a lot more you can do with these dangerous messages.
Yeah, that's why I was like a little bit shocked because I know like there's some scammer in the NFT space, and just thank God my value is not that much. It's not like it's a half an ether NFT, but it could be like you said, if it's like a seaport, if it's like a collection, if it's like a lot of it. What if they get scammed? Like, who's that gonna be ultimately responsible for that? Because I know it's always also the buyer's responsibility to check, filter for scammer, to be cautious, but also just like buying stock. I feel like on the platform, right? On a lot of platform like Fidelity or this, if I get scammed, I should be able to get compensation from this platform, right? But this is not the case in the NFT space because I feel like there's still a debate. What if I lost something? Who is like gonna be the ultimate responsible? At least provide some compensation.
This is definitely on topic for NFT Web3 Community Service Hour. Taking scammy, weird, new things that happen in the Web3 world, comparing them to the real world, and then seeing what rules, norms, ethics, laws apply. So there's two things. We definitely want to compare it to buying stocks. We want to compare it to buying known stolen merchandise. Somebody who's buying this thing might know or might have reason to believe that it's stolen when they got it. In fact, remember, a lot of the people in this community are public. They're not anonymous hackers. You can find these people. You can subpoena these people. You can subpoena to figure out who they are. You can go to police and work on this. I've gone to police for something else, and police can issue a search warrant, and you can go get who owns these accounts. It's actually not that hard. You have some information you want, you issue a search warrant in whatever state you're in, and you find a judge that will sign off on it, and the police can go get it. Now, depending if you live in a city like Philadelphia where they don't have time for this, because there's 2 murders a day unsolved, versus if you live in a suburb where there's no murders, they might, handle something like this, depending on your relationship with the community, the police and civics and all that too. So these people are not anonymous, and that means laws apply to them. People are anonymous, everything's anonymous, laws don't apply. That's the future of Web3. I don't know if that's the future. That's all reality of some of Web3. Laws don't apply to people if everybody's anonymous. Smart contract is law. We've heard that. But actually, that's not really practically the case because a lot of these people are not anonymous and can be found. Okay, so let's compare. Sizzle, what happens when you buy stock on Fidelity? You and I both have finance degrees. Do you want to break that down a little?
Yeah, sure. You would create a Fidelity account, and then you transfer your fund from like a bank or somewhere to your Fidelity account, and then you just search for the stock symbol that you want to buy for, and you click buy or sell, and you can put in a market order or some other limit order. And I guess the most normal way, the simple way, is just to do a market order, like to just buy the you can decide like a quantity you want to buy, the value, the dollar value that you want to buy.
Cool. Let's talk about liability. Let's talk about who's involved. So you're going to buy stock. Let's say this is on New York Stock Exchange, this particular stock. There's a clearinghouse. That means when you put this order through, it is routed from your broker to the clearinghouse, and there's settlement in T+3. There's going to be some clearing process. And whenever there's money, whenever there's float, you made an order, but you did not receive the stock yet, or you did not pay yet for the stock, that's a risk. That's a counterparty risk. The risk is that the other person disappears in that meantime. This is managed through the clearinghouse. We saw this in recent history with GameStop because so many people were buying GameStop and other things were happening. It caused Robinhood to have an issue with the clearinghouse. Between you and the clearinghouse, there's a risk there. You want the order today. It's kind of like Elon Musk. He wanted to buy Twitter at $40-something billion, and now it's worth $30-something billion, and he wants to back out of that. That's the counterparty risk. Twitter agreed to sell at 40-something billion. Now it's worth probably less because the market has changed. And they would much rather close at 40-something than, be at 30-something. So that's counterparty risk, regardless of what happens. The price could go to zero. The market could be closed. Whatever could happen, you're going to get that stock at that price. And then they have some cop-out clauses, which really protects them against that. Anyway, especially for commodities. But anyway, you're going to get that stock. Now, the subrogation or the way they manage their risk is the clearinghouse is going to have an account with Robinhood. And so they're going to have to post collateral and cash quickly. And that's why Robinhood was like, oh, we need a quick 300 million today. We need another quick 300 million. And they got it. Robinhood was very close to being insolvent in their relationship with the clearinghouse due to the amount of volume that they were moving back and forth. So it's rough. The second risk is that you have stock in Fidelity and Fidelity disappears. Well, you don't really have your stock. They're holding your stock for you. That is a custodial issue. So, do you lose all your stock if Fidelity disappears? Well, a lot of people lost Celsius. Celsius went down. What is Celsius and why is it crashing? Recently, Celsius, you put your assets into Celsius, and because they made very leveraged, ridiculous loans with your money, when they lost all their money, they lost your money, and you can't get it back. My understanding is this is not a regulated exchange, and that you're basically screwed. And that's the difference. If you put your money in Fidelity, that's a regulated exchange. And there's A, limits on what they can do with your money. B, an understanding that it is your money and not their money. And then C, there's some recourse if they lose it. And there's insurance and all these things. So these are the ways that the relationship between an individual investor and a broker-dealer is managed through regulation. Let's tie this back to crypto. How does this apply to you buying something from OpenSea? How do you feel? This is an open question. This is not nerd talk. You don't need to have an advanced degree in finance. You don't need to have a brokerage account. I guess you should have a brokerage account. How do you feel like the difference is between you buying and selling things on OpenSea versus you buying and selling stock on Fidelity? What's the difference?
I guess in this instance, like OpenSea, this kind of platform, they will be serving almost like a broker of NFT. So an NFT that was stolen from me and was listed for sale on OpenSea and also have gone through a couple of transactions after. So it's like do they have the custody of my NFT?
No, they do. They never have custody of your NFT.
So I guess the difference is for something like a Fidelity, they have custody of my.
They have custody, and you're a beneficial owner, but they have custody. That's very different here. Yeah. Here's another difference. When you buy on Fidelity, you don't know who the counterparty is. You don't know who sold that stock. There's somebody absolutely who sold that stock. When you buy a stock at market price, it doesn't just come out of magic thin air. There's another person who's selling it at market price or selling it at a fixed price every time, but you don't know who they are. In OpenSea, you do know who they are. I'm not saying that's relevant. I'm just saying that's a difference. Custody is different, known counterparty. Now, OpenSea does have an ability to stop transactions because it just doesn't show up on its website. Will an organization provide, so here's a question from Jason, will some organization provide security like the government did for the real world and charge a fee for it? Well, what I do know about OpenSea and other platforms, and I don't know how much of this is public, so I'll be vague, but they have some information sharing that they do. Any platform that's big enough that you know their name is involved in this information sharing effort. They work with US governments, possibly other governments. They work with each other, and they are sharing information. So there's some security going on here. As you can see from OpenSea's response here, they don't want people selling stolen shit on their website. They want to flag it and they want to take it off their website. I'm interested to know how much effort is going in here. Are they flagging things by themselves? When Sizzle told OpenSea about something that was stolen, did they flag the other assets that person bought? Are they just waiting for people to complain and handling them one by one? So that's something that was the question. What can they do? What security services will they provide? I don't know. Who would buy or sell the security services? Is the service for the people that own things and want to sell them without making mistakes? So this is Jason's question. Here's the question. There's two ways to do this. One is to just give up custody. So that means you give all of your NFTs to somebody like Coinbase, and then they manage your account for you. And then you are at risk that Coinbase loses your stuff. Now, Jason, there's a second way to do this where you could have some type of smart wallet. And all this stuff works. Like, we have the infrastructure for this, where you would make up a self-custody smart wallet. So we're going to design a product right now that's going to add security to your wallet, and we're going to charge a fee. Here's how it works. It doesn't work like Coinbase. It doesn't work where you give all your assets to Coinbase, and PS, if they go into bankruptcy, you might lose everything. They might not be yours anymore. How's this going to work? You make a smart contract, works like Gnosis, the most trusted platform to manage digital assets on Ethereum. Okay, so you make a wallet using Gnosis, okay? And you get all of your stuff in there. You are the beneficial owner. You own it, but you add a time lock onto it. So the time lock is a separate entity which can approve or decline your transactions. And if they decline it, you can override them, but only after 7 days or 30 minutes or whatever. And what you do is you pay a third party like Coinbase, but not Coinbase. And the third party has a very limited responsibility. The responsibility is simply to approve or deny your transactions based on some risk, or to share what the potential risks might be to you. For example, when Sizzleja signs up and accidentally clicks set approval for all to give her NFT to a third party, and then later when that third party has some risk score or there's a user complaint or something, for some reason it becomes known to this provider that this person is engaging in risky behavior, when the next person clicks on it and the next person clicks set approval for all, they flag it and they do not allow it to go through. MetaMask says, this is risky. Do you want to proceed? You hit yes, it doesn't go through. It's blocked. You have been denied. Your transaction does not go through because this party, this service provider, denies it. And you pay them to deny it. You pay them a fee to deny your transactions so that they can review them for you and prevent you. Just like, when you're drunk and you're about to dial your ex, you give your phone to your friend. Yeah, you can get it back tomorrow, but for tonight, you're flagged, and don't dial your ex right now. And if you really want to dial your ex and your friend lets you, go for it. They're probably not gonna, but you can ask anyway. Maybe there's some word here that we can use for this product. Like these two things line up real well. So what do you think, Jason? Cool, great way to compare this. Okay, so that's one way that we want to compare fidelity. The second thing is, remember, these are stolen merchandise. There's laws that apply to this based on local, state, and federal and supranational, regulation and law. Stolen merchandise, you can't just go buying stolen stuff. Do you know it's stolen? Should you have known it's stolen? These are important things. Behavior is illegal. If somebody's buying something that they know is stolen, there's a normal process for handling this. Don't feel special. Don't feel helpless. Here's the quote. Don't feel helpless because you got taken advantage of when using Web3. The when using Web3 part is the optional part. That part of the sentence that's the part of the sentence you don't need. Don't feel helpless when. Let me be careful here, but I almost want to say there's police. I'm going to type it. I know this is not like a very Web3 thing to say, but I'm going to say it. Don't feel helpless when you're taken advantage of while using Web3. There are police to protect you. I don't know if police is right, but there are rules and laws, and it doesn't disappear because of Web3. So I think you've got a second angle here with buying stolen merchandise. I don't know how much time you have for this, Sizzleja. For me, I go pretty deep into this stuff, exhausting, whatever I can. And, I'll take somebody to court. Depending on the price of Ether on that day, this could be small claims court. Something under $500 might be small claims. Go to police. You can look for search warrants. You can report this to the FBI. FBI do receive these type of tips. If there's a pattern, they will go after it. Okay, we've looked at this from a few angles here. And sorry you had to go through this. It definitely sucks. It's not what you signed up for. It's not why you got into this, to get robbed.
No, but me to be more careful of the scammer. I mean, I've heard of scammers scam in the Web 3.0, but this just gave me like more experience and warned me to be more cautious. And I hope it also help other people to be aware of this kind of security issues in the field.
Yeah, another question from Dan. Are there ways Discord mods could have prevented this? We're talking about OnChainMonkey. Could the mods at OnChainMonkey have done something to prevent this? Could they have policed the usernames in the Discord better? Could they have prevented this individual from appearing to be affiliated with the project when they weren't? It's hard to assign blame to the mods of OnChainMonkeys. Disclaimer, OnChainMonkeys is an advertiser on SuSquares. Because, yeah, default to no DMs. This is a problem with Discord. By default, when you turn on Discord, DMs are on by default. This is automatic. I can assign some blame here to Discord, the Discord product, not the moderators of the communities. Anybody who's been in Web3 knows somebody who's been hacked. Half of those people are from DMs in Discord. Is that a scientific study? DMs should just be off by default. There should be a warning on every DM in Discord. There should be like a double opt-in. There should be something like that. That is something that Discord could be way better at. The default advice when you use Discord is turn off DMs. One of the server rules are like turn off DMs. I should make a Discord bot that, as a demo, sends links to everybody just to make sure that their DMs are turned off. Hi, here's a link for free money. Click here. You click there, something nasty. Why did you click that? You should have disabled DMs. Now you know. Never do that again. And just warn people. That'll be a good bot. I should make that bot. The no DMs bot.
Oh yeah, I feel like there's definitely something like Discord could be do and should do. Because a lot of, like you said, the statistics show like a lot of scammers, they come from DM, from Discord. I mean, if everybody know it, and while the scammers still everywhere and they're able to send you this like a fraud DM, they're aware of it. If they're aware of it, why can they take action?
Okay. There's a second thing, specific advice here. I've seen this in another community. I'm going to try to pull up one ETH research. This is do they have a forum? Yeah. Okay, so this is a discourse. Discourse is a software that runs on Node or something. You run it on a droplet. And this is a BBS where you can talk to people and post stuff. All right, let's pull up a thing. And so whenever you post, every single link that you have, there's some auditing. So here's a link. There's some link here. There's a link there. Every time you see a link, there's some type of a reputation attached to that link. So here's a link and it says 76 and I click it and now it says 77. So it counts the number of times that people click on it. This is a very light reputation score, but it's a lot more than I've seen elsewhere. So every time you click on something, it's tracking it and it's making a reputation. Anywhere inside of the project, if there's a link, there's a score. The score is just a counter, but imagine every time on Discord, when you saw a link, it told you what other people feel about that link. Is this link new? That would be a warning. If you're getting a DM about, please reset your password here, and nobody else has ever clicked on this link, that's a low reputation link. Is this link approved? Is this one of the approved links from the project? Maybe links that are approved by the project or the moderators. Maybe the moderators can make a list of approved links, and those, when you see one of those links, you can click on it. But if you see a link that's not one of those links, you get a warning. Warning, you're about to click on a link that was not approved by a moderator. Every user on discourse forums has many reputation signals. Yeah, when you click on people, well, that's a problem. There's a lot of notes here. When did they post? When did they join? How much did they read? There's a lot of signals here for each person on discourse. Even better in Discord. In Discord, you have an official person. You have roles. This is an official role. Maybe could track links, track reputations for links. Discord could better explain which roles are official. Mods are not obvious. And even what does mod mean? I've seen a lot of NFT projects where the mod is just somebody who's loosely connected with the project. And I wouldn't even call those official people, but other people think mods are official. So reputation signaling in Discord could be improved. Link tracking could be improved. DMs absolutely need to be turned off by default. Maybe it was a good idea when they came out with this thing. Maybe it was a good idea on our IRC, but for Discord, DMs should be off, period. That's going to be my Twitter vote. I'm going to make a poll for that. On Twitter, it's like, why does Discord need to be more vigilant than Twitter? On Discord, it's easier because the communities are small. It's easier to look like you're official. Everybody gets DMs on Twitter that are just obviously bad. And most people, if people don't even know who moderators on Twitter are. Nobody's going to be confused and be like, oh, this is a Twitter moderator. I should click on their link to change my password.